on YouTube? Today is December 2nd, Saturday. Man, it's getting cold. Hit up Harry's Coin Shop Monday, the day after I got back from California. Bought 12 ounces to finish off a tube that wasn't completely full, because that drives me nuts. So, huge shout out to Harry. It's great to see you, buddy. Thank you for the... I got these rounds for 27, I think. Let me look. The receipt's right here. Yep, 27 each. Turns out that was a good call. Most of them are sunshine, but there's a few mixed in there because, you know, who doesn't like sunshine? I've noticed a lot lately. A lot of channels, both in the stacking community, the 2A community, the finance community. The end is near. You're running out of time. You're going to lose your 2A tools in X amount of time. The collapse is coming. If you don't have silver, you're screwed. I'm sick of it. Okay. Fear sells. I look at the amount of clicks on those videos, and I'm sure there's other genres of channels out there with the same thing going on. Fear sells, and I'm sick of it. I wonder how or who these people are that are clicking those videos, and I think in every genre of things, it's a huge disservice to people. Yes, a certain amount of fear is good. I have a buddy of mine that says fear preserves the order of my life, and for me as well, that's true to a degree. But I just don't like that. Now, I don't make predictions on this channel, but I'm gonna make one now. Do I think it's all gonna come collapsing next month, next week, tomorrow? I do not. Do I think things are going to continue to get worse? I do. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I think things are going to continue to be expensive and grow more expensive over the long term. I think people are going to spend more and save less. See, what did I do? I got back from my road trip to California. By the way, if you haven't seen those videos, go check them out. It was a lot of fun. I met some really great people. I turned, and this is just a small part of what I did. I came in under budget, so I turned some of that, currency I didn't spend back into more silver. I ordered another 12 ASCs from Bold, which have not arrived yet, and I ordered, I had 14 show up while I was gone, 14 ounces, ordered 12 more, picked up 12 more, and I think I ordered another 7 from Hero. So my point is, that's what's going to get people. If they come in under budget or they come into extra money, they're not going to do the right thing with it. They're not going to, freeze their assets, so to speak, and put it into something like gold or silver. They're not going. And speaking of which, gold. Let's look at gold's performance lately. All-time high. Silver's doing very well, and silver's held 25 for longer than usual. That is a huge indication to me of the economy or the faith in the economy and the dollar. So that's telling to a degree. I'm not going to get too excited yet because we've seen things like this before, but that's what's going to get people. The frivolous spending, the lack of saving, I came into a few extra bucks, I'm going to go spend it. Now, an example. Another reason I think that this big collapse is not going to come like a lot of people are pushing, tomorrow or next week or next month. And the thing is, I don't really know what these people are trying to say because they're not very transparent. They're just throwing this out there, throwing out these clickbaity things to get views. And again, it's not just this community. And I think that's a huge issue. Now, as long as people are asleep and don't pay attention to what's going on and live their lives with that mentality, this will continue. The can will be kicked down the road longer and longer and longer. And the expense to us will be greater and greater, as a slow burn, for sure. Don't get me wrong. And I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion, and y'all are here listening to it, so I guess you get to hear it. But I do believe in being transparent and telling people exactly what I think and where I'm coming from. That's what I think is going to happen. Let me give you an example. Actually, we got some bad news. My location at work is shutting down the end of the month. I got a lot of people that aren't going to have jobs. That I'll probably talk about this more in an upcoming video. But what are a lot of them going to do because they didn't save anything? It's very scary, very scary, very sad. But at the end of the day, did we spend that extra money that we had, that extra money that we came into? Did we blow it? And the answer in a lot of the cases is yes. And for many years I was one of those people. That's why I'm very much not now. But a lot of, throughout the years of doing what I do, I have seen many people who don't know how to count back change. I've seen many people who seemingly couldn't learn how to count back change without their computer telling them. And that's a huge reason of why we're where we are, is because when it comes to money, most of us have zero understanding in the world. I mean, I'm not talking about people watching this channel necessarily, and hopefully some people watching this channel don't have an understanding of money and can learn. That would be phenomenal. But, excuse me, a lot of people don't have an understanding of money, how it works, how interest works, compounding interest, things like that. And they can't count back change. I've seen it with adults. I've seen it with high school kids. I'm thinking, what? I go to get a coffee yesterday, and I don't do this very often. Sometimes I'll get like $1.25 cup of coffee at McDonald's or whatever. But I allowed myself to go and get a holiday coffee with the holiday flavors or whatever at a coffee shop. One of those little drive-through stands, And I pull in there yesterday, and I said, let me get a large blah, 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 please. And she says, sure. And I have two $5 bills waiting. And I said, hey, can I get change for one of these? She says, yes. And then she rings me up. She goes, well, your order is $5.25. I said, right. And I've got two fives here. And she's like, yeah, but it's $5.25. I said, right, but if you take the second $5 bill and make change and give me $4.75 back, I'll have enough money to tip you. And she kind of pauses and looks perplexed, and the gears start turning, and I'm thinking, what the hell? And all of a sudden, oh yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. And I'm thinking to myself, that is not that uncommon. It should be, but it's not. And that is exactly why the can will be kicked down the road. That is exactly why things will happen and continue, to be more expensive, and saving will be harder, and paying our bills will be harder, because people just don't pay attention. People don't say, no, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. I'm going to take responsibility for myself and save money. And they don't hold the government accountable for these decisions. So while those clickbaity titles may be entertaining, I don't know, I don't click them because they irritate me to no end. And that's with every community. I used to. They're very misleading, in my opinion. And I think we're going to continue on the path we've continued for quite some time. When the music stops, nobody knows. If the music stops, nobody knows. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing. I'm going to continue to, earn 7% on my private bonds, not government bonds. I'm going to continue to invest in certain stocks. I'm going to continue to spend less. I'm going to continue to purchase more metal. And I'm going to continue to keep forwardly moving ahead. And I cannot say that for the average American. And that's very sad. And as long as that continues, the whole scheme will continue on, in my opinion. Not a financial advisor, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, find me on Rumble, show you some love over there. I'm working my ass off doing content on both channels. That's not the same. It's not easy. That's where I'm at. Not a financial advisor, don't have a crystal ball. This is just my opinion. Take it, leave it, love it, hate it, whatever you want to do. And keep stacking.